Hello, everyone. We are the Lost Caravan RPG. We do one shots, mini-series, and long running campaigns. If it's TTRPG, we pretty much do it all. That was our brand new trailer for this campaign, made by our very own Archival Dust Bun, which it's absolutely awesome. I love it so. But before we dive into the recap and the session, we do have just a few announcements to go through. The first being we have two sponsors for tonight's game. That is HeroForge.com, what we usually use to get for all of our cool character tokens. In this case, character art was done, and I should really have this link handy. I just know. Made by Kuma Maski on. Find the link right there. Our other sponsor is Epidemic Sound, which we use for all of our royalty-free sounds and sound effects, much like you heard in the intro. And you can use our link to either of those to get cool stuff and support us in the process. I can love you for it. Other than that, if you miss any of our streams, you can check them out on our YouTube channel. It's just Lost Caravan RPG at YouTube. Or you can check out our website, which is lostcaravanrpg.com. And you can check out some of our cool merch. You can check out the team behind the stream, as well as some information about the community that supports us. Whew, I think that's the fastest we've gotten through that. But I do want to go around and give everyone a chance to tell you who they are, who they're playing tonight, and just their general vibe going into this session. We'll go clockwise starting for me, which means that we are starting with Kit.
Hello. I am Kate. You can find me places on the internet at Kit Roll Cause, same way it is somewhere around here. Tonight I will be playing Ophelia, who is having y'all. They're having a time. Everything's fine and it's great, and we're gonna make it. It's gonna be awesome, but it's just gonna be it's gonna take some getting there, but we're gonna do it. It's gonna be fine. Just gotta go fix my hand.
Just to fix my hand.
Just gotta fix my hand. Just gotta go to the mechanic. It's fine.
Up to Anna.
Oh, hey, that's me. I am Anna, aka Archival Dust Bunny, most places on the internet. You can find me on Twitter, most other social media at Archival Dust Bun. And I play Cadence, the time assassin. She is. That was a tough fight. And almost everybody died. And I think she's feeling a little bad about that because it was her plan to come here to the city to find our way out of the country. That's weighing on her a bit. Caden's guilty? What?
What?
That doesn't sound right.
It's definitely not her theme.
And we are missing a fail tonight, which hope that he's doing all right and gets back to us in full health next. Brings us over to Kian.
My name is Kian. My pronouns are they, them, theirs. You can find me on Twitter at uptight_Stefan. I am playing Sprout, who was one of the one who died last session, and was trying to do so to protect their newfound friends, and made some friends with some shadow people along the way that we're going to get to hear about, which I'm really excited. But is probably feeling a little shook up about having died. Just maybe a couple hours ago was a fun adventure leading a rebellion, and then all of a sudden faced with another Esper who was much stronger than them, and that they wanted to ask questions of, and then we had to kill her, which was really unfortunate. So
Yeah, time for everybody. And then, of course, Liza, who again is not with us tonight, but we hope to have everyone here for the next one happy, healthy, and raring to go. Well, then, why don't we kick up some diving into a little bit of recap? Oh, that's so loud. So sorry, that was so loud. Yeah, for everyone that streams. When you mess with your volume settings, it likes to reset everything, and yeah, then it's super super loud. But last time on Fatal Ascension, we did some mini boss slaying. We found out that this town was under the shadowy thumb of the lady of the house, lady of the manor, in the form of these were beast shadow umbral creatures that patrolled the town looking for anyone out of order, which kind of kept everyone in this scared straight state of just not wanting to leave the town for fear of being chased down or break any laws or even be upset at any point. Half the party was pulled into a false wall and revealed the rebellion, the actual owners, the rulers of this town, who had a plan to get revenge, march out this Esper in charge. And then you blew up their safe house and said, we got this. You go create a distraction. We'll be fine. Which, technically, were. It was a brutal fight where one of your hands got melted, one of you got turned to ice, and one of you almost got burned to death. But by the end, we're victorious. The demon-like figure that was ruling over this town by slain. But before we actually get into what happens, we need to take a little bit of a step back. Proud. Your time of teetering on the verge of life, death, called out to the help you, guide you. It didn't seem to do much. Waiting. As you lie there unconscious, friends fighting for their lives, got a peek what was happening on the other side. Those brothers that you heard arguing back and forth of, now is the time. No, no, you're wrong. We need wait. One brother leaving, abandoning the other places. Catch more glimpses, flashes throughout history, in landscapes that you recognize, landscapes that you don't. People that look familiar, unbelievably ancient. You would get two names. Animos and Cerberus. Cerberus, one deciding that time to act, done wait. Animos, more patient. Now the two of them have clashed again and again throughout history. As far as you've heard, at least, no recording, no historical record. Then, as the memories start to rewind themselves, start to play again and again, close and comes to a figure that nearly killed you and your friends standing there. do anything?
Well, I wasn't prepared because I thought this was a lore dump and now it's no longer a fun time. uh, the memories are totally stopped.
It's like you were watching a movie and then someone just hit pause.
And Animus and Tuberus don't seem to be acknowledging us. Um, I will look to the very scary person and say, ah, didn't think I'd see you here. Can't say I'm happy to be standing next to you again, and I'm gonna try and like take a couple of steps away. I don't know if I can.
Not really ground to walk on.
Okay.
Rolls the head off to the. Don't blame you, darling. I have no idea who I am, who are, what you're capable. Convinced you.
Sprout is definitely thinking really hard at that and sort of like the general unease. Um, what are we hearting?
Thank you so much for the gift subscriptions, Fail. We hope you're doing all right, buddy.
Thanks, Fail. Um, Sprout definitely pauses and sort of the frantic panic that they had been feeling kind of they almost they freeze as well and it almost like goes cold inside of them. You know, you're the second person who keeps talking about what I can do. I don't understand why everybody else thinks they can speak to that.
I can't exactly speak for the other, though they sound incredibly. No, you can do.
And I
I
suppose this is where you offer to help me.
no, gone. I'll saw to them. I've seen your fate, all of your. I knew you would come to the village. Why I was there, waiting, wanted a chance to speak with you. We're already set. I've seen how you're all of you.
If we weren't set in our ways, what would you have done? What did you think you were going to accomplish by meeting us there?
Does it matter now?
I mean, we could, change our minds a little bit. Maybe what you had in mind was a little more interesting, a little more fun than running away from accused murder of the king.
No, that would still be more prepared for what.
Well, doesn't sound like you're going to give me any pointers on that either. I'm guessing.
There's a crack that emanates from all directions. That memory you're watching full fades. Figure materializes massive cloud of almost shapeless. There is some recognizable shapes, but it's hard to put. stares down. Figure next. Failed. I gave you. Say anything. Her head, and we'll get to it. No price of. Figure just lets that mist spread out like tendrils.
I'm gonna stand in front of her. I'm gonna stand between the mist and Mora. I don't know. I don't have a clue, but I feel like you're about to kill her, and I have a lot of questions for her, and I don't think you're gonna be the one to answer them. So, do I have my weapons with me?
Want your weapons?
I do. I'm gonna draw my broad axe. I'm gonna hold it.
You don't know her at all. Was going to kill you. Nearly did kill
Yeah, but she didn't. So right now it's still an okay track record.
you. You are fascinating. That was right. Aura, stand. Face punishment. Evaporate back into.
Sprout kind of glances back. Well, shit, I didn't think you were gonna leave me here alone.
That silence is very quickly broken by laughter. Not that same malicious, villainous laughter that she had when she was nearly killing you, but almost joyous, almost comical laughter. That demonic form that she had taken, shrunken down to that same thin, humanoid ish figure, that flowing hair that wraps around her dress. That's exciting to do. Gesturing weapon.
I couldn't even tell you. My hands are so sweaty. I don't know that I could have held it long.
Well, guess you're stuck with me now.
In this space,
No, I believe your companion should. Sorry, but this is going to hurt. There's like this jolt, and suddenly you're intaking air, eyes shooting open, staring up at badly hurt, but still tending to the Ophi, who one arm is just gone, or one hand from about elbow up is gone. Of course, Rand, who is in the process of thawed out.
Sprout. Are you
See,
laughing?
I remember Ophi's little lighter. Thinking Ophi thawing Grant out with the little lighter finger. You're muted.
One hand absolutely gone. One hand lighter finger.
Sprout, gasp, just sits up, takes a breath, makes eye contact with the first one that they can. Big bad, something scary. I don't know what's going on, but there's something worse than this. And is like blinking, kind of probably seems pretty delirious as they are coming to.
I think it's probably Cadence over you doing like
Probably.
battlefield medicine type stuff, getting you back up. What do you mean worse? We all
Um,
almost died.
yeah. I was back in the amulet and uh, just I don't know. There was a lot.
Are
I
you
needed a drink.
sure you weren't hallucinating? You lost a lot of blood.
No, it was just like the first time that I was back there. The same two figures, and Sprout is totally not remembering that they did not share anything with the group.
I believe you are in need of fluids.
Yeah, a drink would be great. Um, I'm looking around. I know this, but Sprout is absolutely confirming that Mora is gone.
Mora is gone, but hear that front door of the villa kind of forcibly opened and see one of those large shadow were creatures steps in, sniffing at the air, taking a few more steps closer. You there again, continuing to step forward up until in your face.
I am probably still like just sitting on the ground, so this thing is definitely towering over me.
Sniffs you and puts out that Jago snot filled huff that just and then turns and just starts walking away.
Can everybody else see those? I can't
I
recall.
think everyone's potions have worn off.
Could I still see it?
Are you okay, Sprout?
Uh, you guys don't. You didn't see the dog?
There were several dogs. They are gone now.
Yeah.
Maybe you're right, Cadence. Maybe I am hallucinating. Uh, I. Are we alone? It's just like the group of
You
us.
are.
Uh, one of those dogs just came up to me, and I'm pretty sure that I don't have that potion in my system anymore. But it was right here. Kind of just acted like a dog, didn't try to kill me.
Just like looks to Cadence. We should seek medical attention.
I agree. If that did indeed happen, it could be useful. But we definitely need to get you checked out. I'm much better at the hurting than I am the healing, so somebody else more qualified should take a look at you.
I'm gonna glance to Ophelia. You kind of seem like you're in a worse state than me.
This is reparable. Just like holding up the stump of an arm, and then kind of like realizing like just like how fucked up it is. Just like I may need some assistance. Like this is their dominant hand.
We'll find you somebody. If you can wait, there are plenty in Priya Shade who I think can help you.
As long as you do not have to fight any more dogs. That should do.
Either at the university or, if needed, we could make a stop in the capital, in Straya. I'm not sure exactly what you need.
fairly knowledgeable on how to fix this, but I am going to need more than one hand to do so.
Well, either way, it's a long boat ride from here.
Are we still stealing the boat?
Now that we've put the former power structure back into place, I think the boat will be easy to come by.
Excellent.
At this, you can hear people outside, especially now that that door forced open. The cries of battle have faded, been replaced with hearing song, and the sound of little magical balls of energy sizzling up into the air and exploding like fireworks.
Ophi gets a very sad look on their face. I promised somebody I would be back in time for the music, and yeah, I'm just sad. It's fine. I'll be fine.
I think I just put a hand on Ophi's shoulder for a moment as I walk by.
Just sort of like snaps out of it. Like, is everything all right, Miss Cadence?
It's fine. You look a little sad. I know this isn't exactly how you wanted things to go.
But it is the way things are going, so we must do what we can. Let's go find a boat. All business. Everything's fine. I'm fine.
Yes, we should find the Tropus family, wherever they may be after we freed them.
It wouldn't take long stepping out of the estate, finding that market square filled people. There's clear battle damage, buildings that have been reduced to rubble, almost an entire chunk of this city leveled by an explosion. And yet everyone is celebrating. And at the center of this celebration, being just showered in flowers, in silks, whatever people can grab to just throw into the air, the rightful rulers.
Walk through here. Cadence looks around nervously for Echo, but knowing that Echo is a spy, no sign is a good sign. It means they're alive. I think she takes some comfort in that.
It doesn't look like really much of anyone has noticed you or even understands the gravity of what you've done that you'd like to do.
Are any of those dogs still around?
Nope.
Damn. I would like to tap into the Soul Network and just
Okay.
kind of see what it feels like now that Mora is not in control.
Very empty. You can feel the elation of waves of emotion that are kind of flooding and causing these ripples. But what was this mental palace built basically house a queen? All of that came crumbling down. Now there's just a. It is more or less as it should be. But knowing knowing what the Soul Network can be under a field practitioner, very clear absence.
Well, seems like everybody is in pretty good spirits.
That's good at least. This, I mean, it could have went one of two ways, really. Either everyone's in good spirits, or they see us as a bounty and a way to fund the rebuilding of their town. So I much prefer this way.
Did not consider that. Do you think Echo's okay?
I think so. The fact that we haven't seen anything, there's no body, which means they're alive. This is their secret keeper. This is what they do. They'll show back up. I know it.
I'm assuming that you aren't taking any effort to hide yourself.
I think I have my hood is probably up. I'm not trying to hide like I'm in the crowd, but my hood is up. It's kind of like medium level of incognito.
I think Ophi's following Cadence's lead 100%. If her hood's up, my hood's up. But you know,
I think that Terowin, even hoods up, would be able to spot you.
that's fair.
Kind of break off from the rest of his family, coming over to you, and he has a gnarly burn from about like the base of the neck down. The armor plating is kind of melted down across the pectoral and down the arm. The cloth is absolutely burned away. The chainmail is even kind of melted in one solid piece, to the point where it's hard to move that arm. I don't know what you've done, but it's over. Where's she?
Gone.
Gone. As in, escaped, or
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I was frozen for the last bit, so I can't really tell you what happened. But as far as I know, gone.
She's dead.
and thank you. The rest of my family, I thought I'd lost them.
Well, we happened upon them by chance.
Right. Happened upon our city the time we needed heroes. Happened upon my family when they were most in need. Happened to slay the witch that kept us all imprisoned. Right.
You are very lucky.
As I am.
You also need medical attention. Is there a nurse nearby?
Fine. Superficial. I promise you a way out of the city as new Lord Regent of Vosantos. I suppose that's now within my mother opted not to. So, the new ruler.
It's a heavy responsibility to take.
Feel confident.
Ophi does the appropriate bow.
Not that kind of position. It's more entitled than anything. The people still rule this city. We're here as diplomat. But it's enough out of me. Ship. What kind of ship would you like? Something large, full of guns.
Yes. The flashiest that you can make it.
I think Ophelia's built out like the proper name of some very fancy like military ship. I don't know ships, but it's like some very fancy technical name.
Something with a capable and loyal crew, I think, would be best. you have one under banners from Priya's Shade, I think that would serve us well. If not, and really any crew you may have. Guns, as Sprout said, would be useful, but fast and unnoticeable would be as well.
Oh. Well, I can give you a ship with lots of guns and lots of crew, or fast and quiet. With both would be difficult.
I mean, if we're fast and quiet, ideally.
Sorry, you kind of cut out there.
Sorry, if we're going fast and quiet, ideally we won't need the guns at all.
True.
Normally I would lean towards fast and quiet, but we've encountered a lot of surprises already in the last few days. So being able to defend ourselves might be a good thing.
Alright, let's see what captains have in port at the moment. Are you trying to leave as soon as possible, or are you staying for the evening?
Can you guarantee our safety in your town?
I think that can be managed.
I'm sure you've seen the posters. We have been framed for a crime that we did not commit.
Did. Obviously, have my faith in you, otherwise, be having this.
I think we would also understand if it would be easier for you if we were to quickly disappear.
Suppose you're right. Well, at least stay long enough to catch your breath. Let me see what they haven't raided from the treasuries yet. And see to that captain. So then your drinks and food are on me.
Thank you.
All little bow. Head off. Towards the
Another
manor.
egregiously appropriate bow.
You get an eye roll and then turns away.
That's fair.
I will, as we're walking away, I'll stop and turn back around. For your help, if you have any sort of trade agreement you'd like me to carry to Straya, just have it written up and I'll do so. It's the least I can do.
Alright. See what we have lying around. So, with your overthrow complete, you are going to be granted 700 zeni, as well as
Each or total?
total.
Okay. Had to ask.
As well as a two-handed firearm. Barrel, kind of just this elongated, triple-barreled rifle. Underneath it, this long, almost scythe-edged blade. It is a for it. It is a weapon that can change forms. It can go from a two-handed rifle to an actual scythe. It uses Dexterity Insight in its rifle form and uses Dexterity Might in its scythe form. Damage is high roll plus 5. Accurate means that your attack rolls have While it's in its ranged form, your magical defense has a +2. While it's in its scythe form, your regular defense.
We can get that stat block somewhere.
I will absolutely.
Delightful. Excellent.
Yeah.
That sounds cool as heck.
Yeah.
Hey, Hoop.
It
Hey,
really
Hoop.
does.
That is baller as hell.
They're actually going to be like, you took my hand and they gave us a 200 weapon. I see how it is.
I see. I too have a firearm, lighter.
I will say, as a system, the item creation rules in the system are really cool.
They're really fun.
Just delightful.
But was there anything else that you all wanted to do? Still in Vosantos.
Well, now that we know that the food isn't what's making people weird, Ophi is just like looking at everything, sniffing everything. I think we've established that Ophi eats food, right?
Mhm.
Like people food, excellent. I'm eating stuff. All of the fun, weird coastal flavors that we don't get up at the palace, 100%.
I think there's a specific, some kind of food on a stick. It's unclear what it
Yes!
is, but they sell it down on the docks to the fishermen and the pier workers.
There's like several
Um,
different people that are like selling it, and each one tells you a different thing that it is, but it's like clearly the same thing.
Yeah, I'll buy one of those for Ophi because I've had it before.
Absolutely.
Excellent.
The he said that the food and drinks are on him, but no one's charging for anything. Basically, things are just being given out. People are celebrating. People are getting drunk. Food is being tossed around. Music absolutely fills the. People here are breathing for just the first time in what was like ever. Still, unless you all tell people, no one has any clue done.
I mean, I'm not telling anybody unless they ask. I have no reason to.
That you are strangers that happen to be traveling through.
They're not wrong.
Fair enough.
Sprout would typically be bragging, but is definitely keeping quiet on this one.
Yeah, Cadence, I think, considers not directly saying it was them as like in person as a group, but kind of spreading the information. But that would pinpoint that they were in Vosantos, where port records could be checked, people could be interviewed, and it could be figured out where they are. So I think there's a moment of her weighing the pros of them being known that they helped and being able to be easily tracked. And I think she decides not to say anything.
It's fair.
Then the sun starts its descent across the sky. For heroin, finds you with a pair of. All right, I probably an enormous mistake, but gestures to captains who are clearly twins. Esme, Gregory, them used to run a smuggling operation out of a. The ship's been an impound for a while, but arrangement that if they agree to take you wherever you need to go, get you there safely, their ship will be released and their crimes for.
Sounds like a fair deal. How far can your ship sail without stopping?
See, like Esme's face just start to light up, and she goes to inhale for this long-winded explanation, and Gregory just gives her just sharp elbow to the stomach, and like pushes her kind of back to behind him. It's get you wherever. Promise you. Don't worry about us.
Without
Our vessel is very capable.
without skipping rations, I assume we can carry enough supplies.
Yes, whatever you need. And gives you just kind of this flourished bow. Gregory, both of them look maybe in their early 20s at the most. Uh, short cut, cropped, like sandy blonde hair on Gregory, longer sandy blonde hair on Esme, pulled into a ponytail. Both of them clearly have spent a lifetime on the water, on the ocean, and very eager to get back to it.
Do they read like trained like captains like fancy boys, or do they read like we've been pirates the whole time and we're not, like are they
More like the second one.
okay? All right, cool. Oh, we just kind of looks at the bow like, huh? Like, are they military? No.
I'll turn to our group because we still need to decide where we're going. We can go straight to Kale, where the university is. That's where I think we'll find our information, and the university there is for Magitech, so there will be plenty there who can fix it. I do know a very skilled magic technician in Strea, though, if you would like to stop there, but I would prefer we keep low profile if we did that.
Low profile's
Obviously, that's up
our
to you.
specialty. Sorry, that was not directed at me. We'll be over here.
I will defer to you, but I have heard a lot about the university and would love to see it. Though I assume
Kayla's
we will
also
see it eventually.
Kayla's also a lot farther, right?
It is. Strea would be on the way.
It would be out on the open water for a bit longer. You know more about these things than I would. Do you think that would make us more or less vulnerable than traveling on land?
There are
Well, we
less
wouldn't.
posters with there are less posters with our face on it on the water. So
I assume that Priya Shate should be a safe place for us.
That was gonna be my other question. If they
That's
find
what
out,
I'm.
they're not gonna try to turn us over?
I don't know. I
or
think
is
we
that
should
some,
keep an eye on them.
is that something that Priya Shade might be happy about? Like I know the other like Simmerus would be probably pretty stoked if
Mhm,
we showed up and were like, "Hey, we did your job for you."
mhm.
Would Priya Shade be happy about that? They're pretty far removed from the conflict, yes.
Priya Shade has been neutral for generations in this conflict,
Yeah.
but that is where I'm from, and it should be a safe haven for us. I don't know any reason why it would not be.
Hmm.
I tr I trust you to make the decision. Information is my focus right now, but wherever you think would be best for us to go.
I mean, it would be by ship either way. If we stop in Strea, we would still go by ship to Kale afterwards. It'd be a lot easier than trying to cross the desert.
If we stop in Straya, will the captains take us the rest of the way, sort of side eyeing them? Or is this sort of a one and done?
They're
Uh,
clearly pretending to not listen.
If we stopped in Strea, I could almost certainly procure us another boat, anyways, if we needed. It's really whether or not you would want to go to a very gifted technician or take our chances with the university. I'm sure there are plenty there who are gifted. I have not spent a ton of time there myself.
Trust your judgment in regards to mechanics. If you think that your contact is gifted and trustworthy, I would be more than willing to seek out their help.
We have some time to think about it, I think. We can just sail in that direction along the coast and figure it out as we go.
So you are in need of our services then, is what I'm hearing.
Yes, we are.
Well, my lord, if you would please release our vessel from the impound, then we would be happy to get it seaworthy and get our new you technically to us. Our boss, our nobles, our
Cargo.
cargo.
Passengers, I think, would be a bit more
Passengers
fitting.
is also adequate.
I would like to be a boss.
Very
That's
well.
okay with everybody else.
We have plenty of
We
time to
are
figure that out.
consider us to be hiring you, I think is the proper relationship.
Ah, business transactions. Yes, of course. And with that, they'll almost skip off towards the docks. Go and just head in his hands.
How likely are they to turn on us?
They done. Very loyal. They're very good at what they fast ship. Just a lot to deal with.
They are very spirited.
You have no idea.
I'm sure we'll find out soon.
Thank you. Everything. With our home back. I'm looking for. What do we tell them?
I do not know that you can get the entire town to have the same story to lie to cover for us. So if they do come here, we helped save you. But if these smugglers are as good as they say we are, then we should be able to leave without anybody noticing tonight. So the fact that we are here and then weren't should be good enough.
People owe you their lives, town, their everything. Not even going to know your names.
It's the heroic thing to do, right? Not do it for the credit.
We'll make sure that you clear your names, come back, so we can give you the damn credit.
We'll do our best.
Hold a hand out. And
Sophie reaches out, obviously, with the hand that they typically reach out for, their dominant hand. It's not there. And
you're worse off than I am.
comparable. You said his whole arm was like messed up in chainmail, like melted in the no, we're in the same boat, bro. I can go to a mechanic. You need to go get some help.
Which, like,
No,
his suit of armor has been removed, minus the shoulder, the chainmail down that arm. Is obviously going to take some more surgery.
yeah. Hmm. I am reparable.
All right. Good luck.
Thank you.
Turn and head back towards his family, towards the celebration.
Oh, quick question.
Yes.
What is this? And it's the skewer of whatever dubious meat food is. What do you call this?
A
What is it
delicacy.
made of? They look very disappointed. Just sort of like turn around and pout. All Ophelia wants is information. This is my life's goal, is to identify this weird meat.
Well, with that, you have your last chance of topping up any inventory points that you may have spent, any weapons that you pick up. That's a chance.
I do. How much are inventory points?
I have this
'Cause I'm-
pulled up. I have this
I
pulled
am
up.
very low.
Uh,
Please don't be expensive.
No, I have the using them. I don't have the.
Yeah, all of the quick reference things we post, none of them have.
Show
Or do they?
me the inventory points. Recharging inventory points, 10 zenny for every inventory point you want to recharge. They're not expensive, you just have to be in a place to get them.
That's fine. Yeah, then I'll spend 50 to replenish mine.
I would love to top up mine as well. What am I? Ooh.
700 plus your new axe gun.
Can somebody remind me or remember how we figure out if I am allowed to use a shield?
You have to have a class that lets you equip it, like the weapon master. I think there's one other one that gives martial shields.
Okay. And I know it's not Darkblade, thank you.
Dark blades are too edgy.
They're just there to get stabbed, nothing else.
Okay then. Eventually, after doing your shopping, topping up on all your supplies, traveling around, you would see one vessel come very slowly sailing out towards the docks. And then just kind of sit there. Look like there's any crew. It's kind of ratty. Holes in the side of the ship. The sail itself looks torn in multiple places. Then hopping off the side, just kind of appearing as they vault over the edge of the ship. Esma looks over at you all and waves, like gestures towards her, and
Do we have what we need?
I'm ready.
I am too.
Let's go steal a boat. Wait, not stealing.
Commandeering.
Commandeering. Yes. Let us commandeer a boat.
That's not very far off.
Commandeering is just stealing with permission.
as you approach, kind of looks past your shoulder, around. The Lord of the Just Us?
It is.
Suspicion.
Oh, fucking finally! Damn it all! What should get me started? Well, welcome to our ship. We'll be dining and sleeping and living in only the finest of. And like as she like taps the side of the ship, her hand just like disappears as it gets within a few vessel.
Clever.
We thought so. Gregory, all set up there. Hear just a stream of curse words back down. Something heavy hits the deck. To take that as a no, dear brother. One moment. Scurries her way up the side of the ship. few seconds later, a plank is just plopped down, hitting the dock. Well, what are you waiting for? Come on.
Absolutely scandalized by the swearing, by I don't think I've heard half these words in my life.
I'm sure you're going to hear quite a few more before we get there.
This will be educational.
But yeah, stepping aboard, you see that it is clearly an illusion. This ship is beautiful. Wood grain is unlike most things that you've seen. I would say that the more studious of us might recognize dragonwood. From forests where dragons set their lairs, they tend to affect the point where it starts to take on their elemental. An entire forest can become petrified, almost crystalline wood, amber type substance. And it's beautiful to see.
The scandal is forgotten. Ophi they're looking at the joins and the I don't know chipboards, but they're looking at everything, touching everything, touching everything. I'm not a ship person. Who?
Do you see Gregory kind of untangling himself from ropes? So, welcome aboard. Is Asteros. Like pats the wood. Been in our family for. I think our granddad stole it from an privateer. Unimportant. What matters is that we can get you where you need to go. Quick, fast, in a hurry, and quick anything doing it.
This is way cooler than any ship I could have stolen.
To be fair, I know that anyone could steal Astra. A little temperamental when it comes to strangers at the helm.
I'm gonna run over and grab the steering wheel. I don't know ship terms either. Is that what it's called on a ship?
Ophi's already there under the wheel, just like looking at everything. Like under it, like on her back like a mechanic. Like
Cadence looks exasperated.
herding cats. Like truly.
Gregory's just absolutely laughing. Esme's. Alright. So, where to then? Mentioned a few different places. We should probably take a stop off in Walholm. See some old family, maybe let them know that we're back on the open waters.
We are in a bit of a hurry, so any stop that we have, we would ask it would be brief.
Fair enough.
And I do believe Terwin said that you are not back until after this. Not like with any snark, just like, this is a fact. Making sure you got your facts right.
Technically, you are correct, but
I know.
freedom.
Thank you.
Freedom.
Yes, those are the same word.
And Esme will just kind of stomp on the deck a few times. Everything all set down there. And you just hear this grunt of affirmation. When you catch your eye on Kavos for the first time, try not to stare. Not a fan.
Why would we stare?
they will both just start laughing and climb up to the wheel. The ship will immediately start pulling out of the dock. Well, go see for yourself. Perfectly friendly, just don't stare.
I'm going to look for him.
Next.
I gotta know.
Right
Uh,
behind you, bestie.
I will stay on the deck.
As the ship
We're unchaperoned. Let's go.
Last time this happened, we committed arson, so
Listen.
A is for arson. B is for Barson.
Barson. O is for Ophelia commits arson.
Yeah, you can head down below deck. It's a little dark. Not really much light that has a way of down here, other than finger torch. But kind of like in this permanent sitting position, at least as long as the ship is in motion, sitting there, towering over either of you. Even in its sitting position, he's probably about 10 feet tall. Standing, you're probably looking closer to 20 feet. Just this burly hulk of a creature. Only one eye. The head turns to look at you as you come down, and it's just this big, like, six-toothed smile, and he just waves. Hi.
Hello, I am Ophelia.
Kavos.
I love him. You would not let me have a demon dog, but Tavos is going to be my BFF. Just going to claim it now.
We're adopting Tavos.
Yes.
You said one eye. Is this like an eye patch situation or is this like a cyclops situation?
A cyclops.
Excellent. Love you.
Oh,
So good. Ophelia is staring, but in like an intrigued, like studious way. They cannot help it.
He just like
Not like a that's weird, but like a oh hello person.
gets on all fours and kind of comes close. You've only got one hand.
Yes.
Why?
We got in an altercation, and it was damaged.
All good.
Fight.
By
We got into a fight.
Tavos is good at
that I can believe.
like holds up a hand to flex and like punches the top like deck accidentally, and there's a you can see that it starts to like crack through, but then immediately starts to flatten and repair itself. Oops.
I want this ship.
What are you doing down here, Tavos? It kind of seems like the ship takes care of things on its own.
He now fully like moves off to the side, which isn't a ton of room, but you can see back behind him fairly large furnace and just piles upon piles full.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna
Do it. Do it. Do it.
I'm not gonna do it. Is the furnace on?
Absolutely.
No,
Do
I
it
want to stick my
anyway.
head in it. I want to stick my head in it. Not like all the way, but just like it would be uncomfortably warm for a human person, but I just want to peek.
Yeah.
Is like looking eagerly between Ophelia and the furnace.
Is there something in it, or is it just like we're burning coal for energy?
It's closed at the moment, but I mean, seeing that you're staring at it, Tavos would just look at it, look back at you. Would you like to eat them?
I would like that
Yes.
very much. What are they?
We'll like crawl over, pull open the grate, and it just comes down with this thud of cast iron hitting cast iron, and a figure entirely made of flame kind of peeks out and waves at you.
I wave with my stump hand.
Hello, Balier. Hello, Tavo. Guests. Why do we have guests?
We are traveling.
Captain's okayed this.
They absolutely did. We're the reason that they're going to be able to go back to living their life.
All right. Well then, I am pleased to meet you. I am Balier. And like goes to reach out to shake your hand and realizing not be a good idea.
They 100% are offering out like the already sort of mangled hand. Just yeah.
Oh.
It already got burnt and melted off. What's the worst that this thing can do to it? Maybe you can fix it.
You are not sent blood.
Not entirely, no.
Neither am I.
It is a pleasure to meet another one. Though we are different, clearly.
There's this or stomping from up above. Hey Tavos! Give us some more, will ya? He just like reaches out, grabs a handful, tosses in. We're now just the moment the coal hits, it starts to spark and then grows from what kind of looks like this rail thin fire elemental figure to suddenly just putting on like 60 pounds of muscle.
Is this thing person sized or like tiny?
Person sized, medium. You two doing alright down there? Tavos hasn't scared you off, has he?
This is the greatest day of my life.
Tavos has been very hospitable.
Good to hear it.
Are elementals a common? I don't know that this is an elemental.
No.
Okay.
This isn't elemental.
I think Sprout is truly having a little come to Jesus moment just because Sprout is of the old faith, so literally walking
Oh,
up
yeah,
on
this
Jesus. This is
is your whole ish, my guy.
Yes. And you would see Sprout kind of rubbing. You've probably seen the edges of it, but they have a tattoo sort of on their upper chest area. And you would see them kind of rubbing at it and like wants to just fangirl basically, but is trying to hold it back. Years of being raised in the faith and being reprimanded by their parents, they are not trying to be disrespectful, but is absolutely just like glowing with excitement.
Watching your friends shake hands with God, like. Oh my gosh.
All the two of you are down there making fast friends, your new crewmates. Cadence. Vosantos is very quickly being left behind. In fact, the only thing that you can see at this point is that tall tower, radiating that light around the area. Not quite casting this visible light onto everything, but it seems to just be able to illuminate the possible dangers. Outcroppings of rock are suddenly more clear than they should be in the dead of night, or the coast, slightly visible. Otherwise, you'd only have moonlight. So, on the run from? As me kind of like plops up beside you.
Gates, I think, kind of turns and leans against the railing, arms crossed. Something we didn't do. Being framed. Sure you're familiar with that.
Oh, of course. I'm innocent of all crimes as well.
Mm-hmm. That's why we'd like to put as much distance as soon as possible between us and the kingdom.
You, mentioned that you're from the fancy pants land of Reashamed. Going this far out.
Just work.
Yeah.
Have you, ever smuggled into Straya or Kale?
Honestly say no, we haven't. They're they're a little particular about who they let do their smuggling.
So I've heard.
At this point, now that you're far enough away, Gregory pops down. It's a lever, and that's like that cargo like door that you see in the ships opens up. All right, far enough out. Come on up here, big guy. And Talos finally just sits up and starts stretching. Much better.
You have quite the eclectic crew.
Oh. We're outcasts. Outcasts tend to find each other.
I think that's how we all came together as well. At least essentially.
Oh, mushy up here. I'm gonna head back to the wheel. Orders are over there. It's nothing fancy, but it'll keep you warm and dry. Get the back of the ship under the ridge.
I'm sure I've stayed in worse.
As have I. Don't worry, it locks. In case you don't quite trust us yet.
I haven't gotten this far by trusting everybody that I meet.
Oh. Need your sleep. Orders are open to you. Brother and I will be on watch. We're a little too excited. Get any sleep tonight?
I'm sure. Is there any help you would need from us, as far as the crew goes?
Oh, no. When we get closer, get up to the port, might have you take the first steps off. Maybe do some asking around, make sure that we're not wanted, and then we'll follow behind you.
Understood. And what will our first port be?
Heading to Walholm first. Like I said, going to see some family, and from there, whatever you want. Here, Avis Adis is a particularly popular place right now.
We just left.
Not that. Well, have a good night's sleep. In the morning.
Safe sails.
Anything that any of you would like to do before turning in for the night?
Before we would go and rejoin anybody while we were still below deck, probably before they even opened up the deck, um, Sprout would turn to Ophi. You seem to know quite a lot about a lot of things.
It is my job, yes.
You ever heard of Animos or Cerberus by chance?
DM, would I?
In there was some description of Animos kind of being another name for like the flow of magic, but that hasn't been used in common linguistics for many generations.
And the other word just wholly just,
Nonsense.
yeah, that is a very old word. Where have you heard that?
When I was in the amulet.
They get a very strange look on their face. You are much too large to fit inside an amulet. Is this a joke?
You're not. I wish it was. Maybe this is a conversation for everybody, but figured I'd ask. We could all use some sleep though, or whatever rest you're able to get.
Yes, we should all probably use some sleep. Are you sure you're all right?
Yeah. Everything's fine. This is being on a ship, meeting an elemental is all pretty new for me, so almost dying is also pretty new for me. So I'm just feeling a little out of it.
It has been a strange day.
That it has.
That sudden light as the cargo bay doors are opened up and Havos just very gingerly steps around you to finally stand up to his full height.
He is very tall.
He really is. I know they said not to stare, but it's kind of hard.
Let his size fool you. He is very friendly.
Oh, I don't think we had any doubt about that.
Also, very sensitive, so try to be kind.
I have
Sprout
every
looks at the
intention of
ground.
being. Oh,
Believe that you had any intention. You can make people nervous and sometimes say things. Set him off.
I apologize for any nervousness I may have caused. I've just never
No,
met any creature like this.
he very much is happy.
And we are very happy to meet you as well.
Yes, of course. I'm going to sound like it. Met before?
Have you ever been to Avis Atis?
No.
Then I do not believe so. I do hope I would remember meeting you.
Yes, naturally, of course. Who would forget meeting me?
Can I probe with the soul network and see what they're thinking about?
Oh,
Sure.
snap.
Would
I
you
don't
like?
know if I can.
Would you like to make the very first roll of our game hours into our session?
It be like that sometimes.
I feel like this would be double insight.
Yep, that's what I was gonna go with.
That's a 3 and a 4.
Total of a 7. There's not much there to read. Much like their exterior, um, their mental status, kind of this flickering light. Barely there.
I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't either.
Also, darling,
Oh,
surface deeper.
that feels a little rude.
They'll never know.
Okay, it doesn't make it not rude, Mora, okay? Look, if I'm gonna be carrying you around, we gotta set some ground rules, all right?
Already gone.
Damn. Uh, Ophi would absolutely see Sprout when is it Moira or Mora?
Aura.
Mora, thank you.
O-R-A.
Thank you. When Mora starts to talk, Ophi would absolutely see Sprout kind of whole body tense up. And like open their mouth almost like they're ready to like say this out loud before they catch themselves and just respond to Mora mentally.
I think there's like a look and then like a hand on your shoulder, like, we should get you to bed.
Yeah. It's been, like you said, a long day. And I'm gonna turn around and shout up to Tavos. Hey Tavos, you mind if I sleep down here tonight?
Not at all. I do snore.
That's alright. So does my brother. It'll probably feel like home.
You hear shouted out from. He's not lying. He really does snore. Quite bad.
I'll find a room if I need to, and I'm just gonna kind of curl up as close to the furnace as I can. Find a spot to lay down.
Very comforting warmth. Alright. Anything else before we head off to bed?
I think Ophelia would go find Cadence after that.
Yeah, I would also be looking for Ophelia. So
Yeah. There's clearly like they want to stay and like mess around with the furnace a little bit. Like they're like thinking about it, and they're like, I'll come back in the morning. It's fine. But yeah, they'll go topside and try to find Cadence or find somebody who can find Cadence.
Not that much room.
Yeah, it's
I think you'll find her up towards the front, just kind of leaning on the railing.
Miss Cadence, will you be turning in for the night or staying up here? Sort of like there's not really a place for bed, but I don't know what you do. So
I'll be turning in soon. I was hoping to talk to you though. Were you looking for me?
yes, I just wanted to confirm that you were all right, and then I was probably going to head to bed, I guess. Are there beds on the boat?
There should be beds. I haven't looked yet. It's possible they are hammocks, but hopefully they will be beds. Are you okay after the fight? I know you were injured.
I will be all right. It is nothing that is not fixable. Are you all right?
I am. Yeah. I thought though that you should know how you fit into all of this if you're interested.
I don't believe there's anything that I am missing. We were framed for a murder. You told me as much that you were coming to take me away to safety.
And I think I pat the railing next to me and kind of lean back onto it, looking out at the water, like motioning for you to come and stand there with me.
Yeah, they sort of they'll stand there. They don't lean or anything. They just sort of stand there, like hands sort of folded behind their back a little bit, just sort of more looking at Cadence than actually looking out.
I was in the city before any of these accusations started. There are powers who heard rumors that Ostanica was building its own magitech weapons, and numerous people were sent to investigate and to destroy those weapons. Turns out the rumor was about you, and that is why I was helping you escape the city. There are a number of people who would, if not see you destroyed, then see you captured, at least. So no matter where we do go, I think it's a good idea if you keep the reality of what you are under wraps as much as you can.
I think they look a bit confused, like they're kind of parsing what Cadence is saying, and the rumors would have to be largely untrue. Then I am not a magic technician. I was never sanctioned to build weapons. I'm a teacher.
The rumors were about a weapon.
I do not know what this weapon would have been.
Well, I think those who make decisions based on rumors like this would assume that you are the weapon. Certainly seem able to protect yourself in combat. You handled yourself quite well in this last fight we had. I don't think that was your primary purpose, or at least I don't think it is now. You seem quite suited to be a teacher, but it doesn't really matter what I think. There are a lot of people out there who would hurt you, who would use you.
No,
You
no,
should be careful.
they are wrong. I do not have combat designation. I am a teacher. I have always been a teacher. They are wrong.
But you're new. I don't think there's another person in the world like you. And that in itself is dangerous for you. There's a lot of greed, a lot of people grasping for power, however that may come. And I fear that you may be caught up in it.
I I do not have power, Cadence. I am a machine. I am a teacher.
I know. But the illusion of power, the assumption of power, is often more dangerous than power itself. In a world like ours, that everything runs on those assumptions, on those fronts, on the illusion of power.
Then how do we break the illusion? How do we prove them wrong?
I don't know.
I think
Just,
they're. Oh, go ahead.
just protect yourself.
I think Ophelia is quiet for a good moment, and then we'll sort of, actually look back out on the water, and say, but so you knew about these rumors and you came to save me from them. So not everyone believes they are true. You do not believe they are true.
I don't. I do not believe that you should. I don't think that you should be caught up in these games. You are obviously a person, and you deserve to make your own choices to live your own life, whatever that may be. I was in the capital for work, and then we met, and I started talking with you. And I realized how wrong the rumors were. And I realized that I needed to get you out of there.
I think they sort of smile a little bit at that, and sort of without really looking back at her, just say, "You never did tell me what you do for work. You're very skilled with the blade."
I am. I do. I do what needs to be done. I go where I'm sent, mostly. It takes a number of different forms.
You do not have to talk around the truth with me, Cadence. We are friends. Are we not?
I would like to think so. I do. Do you understand what Echo does?
Does Echo understand what Echo does?
I think so, despite any appearances they may put on. They are very good at what they do.
I would believe that. I do not know them well. I suppose I have an idea of what they do. They are an excellent storyteller.
There are those of us from all of the countries that trade in secrets, that disrupt plans, do various things. That is largely what I do, disrupt plans, but I am skilled with the blade because that is my job. When there is somebody who needs to be removed from the situation to make things better, that is usually my responsibility.
I hope that your job does not bring you too much discomfort. That seems a lot of weight to put on one person.
You learn to live with it.
That seems like one thing I would be less than excited to learn.
I truly hope that you do not have to.
Two of you would both see a very tiny glow down in the water. And another one, then four more, and then 10 more, and then 20 more. All just gradually making their way to this. And if I had to describe this creature through current animals that exist, picture a ferret mixed with a jellyfish. Just this long, squishy
Love it so
bottles
much.
and like tendrils coming off the face where there would be whiskers, and the tail is just this beacon of purplish light. And they all just pop to the surface, staring at this ship and just watching it pass by.
How dare
Okay.
you?
I will pull out a ration, quickly tear it into little pieces, and I'll give half of those pieces to Ophelia, and then I'll just kind of toss them off to these creatures.
Opie's already halfway over the railing, like hands over, like half of their body, like all the way over, like probably at some point, like maybe or maybe
I will
not
put
teetering
a
over.
hand on their back,
Uh-huh.
grabbing onto their vest.
From the water, they would kind of like press themselves against the side of the boat and then like climb like cheerleader pyramid like on top of each other until the top one just reaches up and like taps fingertips with you. It's so squishy.
Hello, I am Ophelia.
You get about 24 different chirps back at you.
I think they are friendly.
It's possible they may also be dangerous.
They can be both. You are.
Oh,
Cadence, I don't think has anything to say to that. That she is not stopped in her tracks like that very often. She has nothing to say to that. She just watches the scene play out, holding onto your vest to make sure you do not go overboard.
Ophelia is like, it is. I honestly probably, once I know you've got a hold of the vest, it's just like both hands, just like I'm petting, I'm holding, I'm picking up. I only have one. I'm holding, I'm picking up, I'm petting.
oh, like given the opportunity, you get 1, 2, 3 of them that just like grab onto your hand and kind of like curl around, almost snake-like, but it's just soft and squishy.
Just got my legion of little guys. I love them so much. Do I recognize what these are? Like, have I read about these? I've probably never seen one in real life, but like, is this a common animal?
Not uncommon. They certainly travel throughout the various seas on their migratory patterns. But yeah, you would know that while they are venomous, they are not poisonous to the touch. They also use their venom to defend themselves. They are omnivores. They just mostly survive by being in enormous herds of slightly venomous creatures.
Just little guys. Oh my goodness. I didn't think they would like, pull one or two or however many or latch it on, just pull them up. And like sort of hoist one up, like not like in Cadence's face, but like if within petting range if she wants to. And just like they are only dangerous if they bite you, and they don't tend to bite. And just like they're just like squirreling around, just vibing, just always having the time of her life. It's
I appreciate it, but I think I will just enjoy them visually.
There you go. I posted a picture.
oh no, Hoop, it's too cute. Hoop, I'm unwell.
It's so adorable.
Hoop, no.
I apologize to chat that you cannot see this. Because you are
What if a
truly
dragon
missing
was
out.
a weasel and also a jellyfish? Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's so cute. The little cat nose. Oh, I cry. Oh my goodness. Oh man. Yeah, they're just scuttling up. Opie's just, having the time of their life.
They're absolutely
But-
climbing into your pack and just like start picking at your rat.
That's fine. That's 100% okay. Absolutely. Go off. I think they will like obviously like they're not gonna make Cadence hold their shirt forever. That's unkind. So they'll come up and there's probably like 2 or 3 of them still just like scuttling around in the backpack, poking up from behind her head. Like, I think I like boats.
They can be enjoyable when it's not storming.
Oh, the idea of a storm, just even bigger smile. Do you think we will get a storm?
As excited as that would make you, I hope not for the sake of the rest of us. I am sorry.
That is fair. You have nothing to be sorry for. Will we get in trouble for having them on board?
I don't know.
Hmm.
That would be a question for the captains. I should
shall
head to bed, though.
I will be after you shortly. I must ask for safe passage for our new friends. Scuttling.
These are Gindis squids, by the way.
I weep.
And I think with that, get some much needed rest, recovery. Take a break there. Chance to legs, grab a drink, do what you gotta do. And we'll come back to the second half of this adventure. Met a brand new crew. We've met some of the local wild animals. Now we get to go to pirate headquarters. Yay! We'll see you soon, everybody. And welcome back. Where we left off, we had a totally normal conversation. No ulterior motives whatsoever. Some friends hanging out, and getting to know each other a little bit. And we got to see a bunch of Gindis that decided to come up and be friendly, and then we got some much needed sprouts in place of your rations, at least a chunk of your ration. They did pay you for them by leaving you just about a dozen, like, quarter-sized, like, see-through blue stones.
These squids came and stole from me in the night.
I'm sorry, Ophelia.
It's
Not
like,
Sprout.
wow.
We're swapped in the overlay. Classic.
Broke my
Just
brain
kidding.
for a
I'll be playing
second.
Sprout tonight.
Sorry,
That's fair. They can have them.
Ophelia.
That's
Yes, they paid for the rations, but about a dozen clear blue stones.
See, they're just good little guys. They're so sweet.
There may be nibble marks on your pack now.
It's okay. I work with toddlers. That's fine. It's to be expected.
But oh, go ahead.
Do we get permission to let them remain on board, or am I told to put that thing back where it came from?
Come the morning light, they were gone.
Okay, that's fair.
They're nocturnal creatures.
Fair enough. Cute while it lasted.
But come the morning light, we're seeing the first signs of the Freeports. Neutral collection of islands. Law is more of a suggestion than anything set into. A lot of people go here when they need to lie low for a while, or want a chance to strike it rich in one of the many ventures that are always going on here. Most do walk away a little worse for the wear, but the occasional that do manage to find their fortune. As we do close in on Walhone, is there anything the three of you would like?
I guess we should decide whether or not we are disembarking into the city or staying put.
I think given the conversation with Cadence last night, Ophelia's understanding is that they will be staying on the ship. Not like the royal they, but like just Ophelia will probably be staying on the ship, unless, encouraged otherwise.
Asking the captains How long do you think we'll stay in port?
Well, honestly, the less time that we spend here, probably the better. It's just really popping in to say hi more than anything. Picking up a few of our lost goods, and we'll be off. Best case
A few
scenario, of
hours at
course.
most.
Yes, should be. Well, you got something pressing here.
No. I'm wondering whether or not we should stay on the ship or see the town.
Oh no, you gotta see the town. Alright, look, not gonna lie to you. You kind of need you off the ship for just a bit. Doesn't exactly like stomps down the deck a few times. She can be a bit stubborn when it comes to new people, and she's not exactly happy that you haven't properly gotten you all acquainted with magics yet. So we need some time to do that, get you added to the enchantment, and once that's done, you'll be free to back to board back again.
I see. Is there a place you would recommend us go, or should we tag along with you?
Anywhere that I'd recommend probably isn't a place you'd want to be. So explore, have fun, meet new folk. They're mostly good.
Ophelia just looks to Cadence like, eh? like, like hopeful, but also like probably like explore, probably not. But
I don't think we have much of a choice. Things stay covered up. Keep your zennies secure, not on your belt, not where they can be easily grabbed.
pops open a compartment in their torso, sticks the coin purse in there.
That definitely works.
You said secure.
Stay on your guard. There are a lot of people here who would jump at the chance of a bounty. Let's try to keep low profile. No arson, no explosions.
Feels like a personal attack, but okay, thank you.
I say that looking at both of you, at everyone present.
Everyone is guilty of arson.
Odrand is going to stay aboard, and still sign of Echo. But you know that Echo has no problem traveling through the water, and for all you know, could have beaten you here even.
Echo probably sent the squids.
Uh, but from below deck, you would probably under Sprout. Sprout, you'd hear this. Psst. Hey,
What's up, buddy?
you get those. They're small, round. They taste like strawberries.
Are they strawberries?
Oh yeah, yeah, that's it.
You got it, buddy.
Protected.
How how many would be satisfying for you?
You hear from the steerage. Numbers aren't his strong suit, just so you know.
About like yay.
Yeah, I would go down and try to get a sense portion wise. How many I would probably grab like a sack or two and be like this much? Two of them like trying to figure out how many Tavos needs.
One is good.
I'm sorry, say again.
One is good.
You got it, buddy. I'm on a
Oh,
mission.
hey, no one.
Proud of you. I'm
Thanks.
gonna hold out my hand for a fist bump.
Like sticks out a finger and just very gently.
Failure, you need anything while we're in town?
the the like grate to the furnace just opens a crack. Well, be all right. Just return safe.
I make no promises with this group, but we will try.
I am used to that, unfortunately.
Well, at least I will not be without a student. I do numbers tutoring in steerage. If you say this music is too happy, I'm going to riot, Hoop.
You can hear just makeshift instruments as you pull into port in Fall Home. A city that truly never sleeps. They're at that point kind of on the like equator where seasons are very odd here. It doesn't really ever change. Everything is always very warm, very welcoming. So instead, they count their seasons by when the big migrations of trade vessels come and as your ship pulls into dock, see a few dozen individuals all posted up. Some are just embraced in these arm wrestling competitions. Others are just lifting like makeshift weight equipment. Very much bored and killing time, but seeing your ship would get each other's attention, points towards the ship that's about to dock, and waits your arrival. Think honestly, I think all of you would recognize what these people are. They have very rough, kind of bluish skin, very thick, almost hide-like. Faces are kind of elongated from what you would see from a human. Rows of teeth that just go in all different kinds of angles. One large fin that kind of protrudes from like the back of the neck along the spine. These are shark folk.
Yeah, they are.
One of them waves as your ship gets closer, and then stares at it a little more. Turns back towards another one, and you can see a few of them keep looking at that ship and talking. And then one of them turns and just walks off back towards.
I think knowing how rough this town can be, as we're getting closer, Keynes will pull up her hood and pull the fabric up over her face. And I think she will pull out of a pocket that's hidden on her armor underneath a small like pin or brooch and fasten it kind of just under where her hood ends. And it is just a silver outline of an osprey, wings kind of spread up at a diagonal. It's something that I think would probably be recognized here and would
Absolutely.
hopefully keep people from messing with us.
Ooh.
But
Fancy.
as your ship pulls into dock, that plank is again lowered. You're all able to step off. and a handful of these massive figures start walking over. Good evening. Happen to know the captains of this here vessel?
Newly acquainted.
Oh, good. You wouldn't by chance be willing to send them down to say hi, would you?
I don't know that we really have that authority.
Don't worry. We don't bite.
Is there a reason you wish to speak with them?
I do believe that's between us. But let's say they owe a debt.
If they owe a debt, is there a reward then for bringing them into port?
But a round of free drinks on us.
We'll have a chat with them and see what can be done.
You do. And, your captains are nowhere to be seen.
If we go back up on the ship inside of the illusion, do we see them anywhere inside of the ship? Or
Nope.
well, I mean, I was gonna let them know that yes, they were in fact being looked for, but if they want to just hide, that's on them.
Ophelia is keeping her mouth shut because they will say something stupid.
I guess coming back down, you seem to have missed them. They made off sometime between I don't even know when.
Isn't that just like the...
We're starting to learn that.
Well, you seem experienced enough. Why not come in their stead?
Where are we going?
Meet the dockmaster, of course.
She's looking at both of them like, right?
We really do have other matters to attend to.
I promise you, no harm is going to come to you.
Oh, I'm quite certain of that.
It's the teeth, isn't it? Everyone stares at the teeth and they think we're so awful. I swear on all that I have. Just wants to chat.
Well, I assure you it is not the teeth. It's just not my first time in Walholm.
Good.
But if a chat is all that is desired,
And the looks that you're getting from the 8, 9 other shark folk that are sitting there, it's almost like admiration. But they lead you past deeper into Walhone. Edge of it, almost a floating city of now derelict vessels that were kind of fused to the dock. And then the dock had to grow out further, and then other ships came and landed and stayed. So it just got fused into the docks as well until it's just this spider web of docks connected to this island. And at the heart of it, this massive man o' war. You can still see that there are cannons posted up inside this vessel. A good 50 cannons per side. but the bottom center of this man of war has been opened up, and an archway has been placed there with just a massive jawbone to kind of structure it.
That's very cool. I think Sprout had a question.
So
Oh, I was gonna ask if there were any posters of us along the way.
it would be good to know. Yeah.
No.
Okay, good. Well, I don't know. Maybe they're just keeping it quiet, but
Yeah, maybe they've all been taken down for reference by bounty hunters.
yep.
Is there anything that you'd all like to keep an eye out for as you're walking? Anything that you do?
Everything. Keep an eye out for
Yeah,
everything. Danger.
peeled.
Are people watching us? I mean, we're all, I think, pretty well covered up, but are people, do they look like they're recognizing us? Is this like John Wick when all the cell phones ring and that order goes out? I'm also keeping an eye out for other symbols or whatever that may be similar to mine.
Nothing exact, but being in the profession that you are, would recognize just little like notches, just little carvings that most people would overlook. But you're seeing things that tell you like this place hideouts. This place is a fence. This place connects to the Undercity. Just very innocuous markings that would otherwise mean nothing to the passerby. You're let in, and the jubilation, music, the cheering, the drinking, all quiet. I'll turn back to look at the makeshift throne built out of legitimate treasure. Golden scepters, melted down gold and silver and jewels, all inlaid in this honestly kind of ugly pile of treasure, but the throne nonetheless. And sitting atop it, a much smaller, more sleek figure than the rest of the. Still has that very toothy grin, but whereas the others might be compared to more of a great white, she would be compared to like a Mako shark. Got like that, loose fitting pirate tunic that just kind of drapes over the white, and still those cold, dead black eyes that stare at you. Have guests. Yes, we do. I didn't tell you to stop playing the music. The music immediately kicks back up, and oh dear, oh dear. Very own wanted fugitive in the flesh and blood. Well, some of us. What can this old dock master? Um, Cadence, you recognize the only dock master that this place had for probably 30 or more years, Hayamoku.
We were told that you wished to have a chat with us as far as what you could do for us, safety within your city.
Have it. Even have to ask. Ridiculous. Law enforcement here. Postures. Now, not to say that some might get the wild idea. Maybe tie you up in the middle of the night, throw you aboard their boat, drive you to the mainland, and turn you in for the reward, but what are the odds?
They may find that more difficult than they expect.
About
Like
7 to 1.
No, I wanted to speak with Captain. As elusive as will do. This ship owes many, many docking years paid dues. Wouldn't happen to without that.
We would not. We have just recently employed them.
Well, I know you know. Once a ship docks, hasn't paid the fees, it doesn't.
What would be the amount to their outstanding fees?
Oh, tacky, just amounts, not over. Now, it. Think. Like, just kind of gesture towards one of the tables filled with various kinds of folk, not just shark folk, but people from every. And they all, in the matter of seconds, are gone. They just have moved. Their cup is still spinning. It hasn't had time to settle yet. They just split. And she takes a seat and just gestures for y'all to do.
I will reluctantly sit looking at the other two, but I do want to kind of, as I walk over and sit, scan the room, looking at exits, dangers. Are there snipers in the rafters? I don't know.
No
What am I
snipers.
assessing?
Tons of exits. Basically anywhere that there was opening on the functioning back when it was, has been kind of been turned into a makeshift window and or door. No snipers. You get the occasional look, probably because you're sitting with the dockmaster. You seem to be chatting like friends.
I will take a seat, but I would also like to hold the amulet in my hand.
Moments that like that amulet starts to see the light of day, just reaches over, very gently puts her hand on yours, kind of puts it back, not saying anything.
The dockmaster does?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
What?
I'm looking at her.
Interesting.
Oh shit.
That that's interesting. I was gonna say Ophelia's trying to get emotional vibes on everybody. Like, is she actually wanting to like kidnap us? Is she genuinely just wanting to talk? Is she being genuine? Like, I'm trying to get like an emotional read on her and anyone else in the room. So I don't know if I would witness that.
How about an insight willpower?
Taken my best stat and my worst stat and made them fight to the death.
It averages out.
Yeah, it's great. Might as well roll sixes. Let's be real now. Unless, that's a 14.
Okay.
That's a 9 and a 5.
It was a difficulty level 12, but
Whew.
go off.
Yeah, I guess.
You're getting that this is a performance. This is meant to give to continue this air, this guise that she's created as the Dockmaster, as this untouchable, larger than life figure that controls everything in this place just on a whim and would never dare be challenged. But it is an act. Underneath that, there is no malice. I'm not here to kidnap you or sell you off to the law.
That makes sense, given that I would have grown up, for lack of a better word, around all the pomp and circumstance of the palace. Like, this is a show. This is what you put on before you like bring your friend into the throne room. Like we're still putting on a show, but like it's that makes a lot of sense. And I think Ophelia's still like, tensely sort of following Cadence's lead, but like he sort of gets a read on her and is like, okay, all right, this is fine. Just like visually like relaxes a little bit, like, all right, I've been here before. This is fine. Not like been here, but in this situation, yeah. Mm-hmm.
As I am scanning the room, I would like to pause looking at Cadence, and I would like to use my new skill that I took from
Oh.
our leveling up, Navigator. Um, Cadence, regardless of where you're looking, you would just hear in your head, there is something going on. She knows about the amulet that I have.
Cadence tenses up for a moment because I don't think she's used to people talking in her head. She doesn't make any reaction to it aside from that. You can tell that she took note of it, but she doesn't look at you or anything like that. I think Ophelia would notice Cadence is also playing this dance. She's playing this part that's expected.
Ah, bunch of fugitives. My backyard. Whatever to do. Suppose if you wanted to work off the debt, could be arranged. Yes, I can see that working. You are surely as capable as you seem, right? It's not all those muscles and weapons aren't just for show, surely.
Mine definitely are. Labor does not suit me. So I will move on to option B.
Ah, you see, haven't you? One of our trade routes is currently under blockade. May have had some that didn't go over well. And now they're angry that we flooded illegal goods into the Sumerus Empire. You would maybe go and chat with them, not being from the clear this all up.
I am unsure whether or not we would be welcome there. We are being blamed for the start of this war.
Get up. Everyone's eyes, like heads, just kind of turn to keep her in their. The music quiets just a bit. You are going to come visit my private dining hall, where only our most illustrious guests are ever allowed, so count yourselves lucky if you survive. And she'll make like a mock biting motion. But you can see that in her eyes, it's very much a different. We need to talk in private.
That is quite gracious of you.
Ophelia like doesn't like vocally laugh, but sort of like at the little bite is like, that's funny, that's cute, I like that. It's very good. Yeah, of course.
And everyone would kind of hush. You can very much see that people see this action as like a last meal, like a death sentence. You have fucked up. You are going into the lion's den. May God have mercy on your soul.
When
Yeah.
Cadence agrees, Sprout looks absolutely baffled, like swings their head around. Sprout does not understand any of the games that are being played right now. Are you sure we're just gonna go along with this?
Ophelia gives you a thumbs up. Well, the other thumb up.
it would be rude not to.
You say so.
Trust me.
You're led back to when the initial stairwell that led to X, what would have been the captain's quarters, overlooks the entirety of this bar from the vantage point above everything. When you step in, even though the music is still playing, there's still conversation, drinking, and singing. All of that very much quiet, barely off. Turns to all of you. All in a lot of trouble.
We were framed. We had
No.
nothing to do with what happened in the capital.
No. Saying that. Trust me. No, you're.
Why do you believe us?
Saw what happened.
Sorry, did I miss something? I thought you were bringing us back here to kill us. What is
It's
happening?
dance.
It's a
Subtlety.
not my strong suit, but okay.
Out there, the vicious queen of pirates. Back here, I can just said, have a blockade. Eris is not happy with. They aren't looking, not letting anyone in or out of the. We were there to try to strike a deal. Lost and Eris has been biting down on us. Biting down. Not intentional. But when we got there, knights, soldiers, casters recognized all the capital fall under attack. Whoever it was, they had the other half of that amulet.
You're positive.
Very good vision.
And you don't know anything about these captors or these casters. And Sprout is like laser focused in a way that they probably have never been in their entire life.
No, they wouldn't let us get past the docks. When the attack started, they tried to capture us. Didn't go well for them. Not to say that we didn't lose quite a few of our numbers, did escape. Resistant to magic, not immune to it.
And you think we would have better luck?
I don't think it was Samaris. I don't think it was Lastanica. Someone that wants to think a world at war.
If they would have framed us for this act, they clearly do not trust us as well. I do not know that we would have any better luck than you would have. If anything, that would lead me to believe that we would have worse.
No. But if you can talk with anyone that blockade, let them know that Three Pointers they're not harboring anyone. Maybe they'll ease up on us and focus on lost attention should be.
You want to send wanted fugitives to tell people that you aren't harboring anyone.
Eris doesn't care about you.
That is good information to have, at least. Is the blockade between us and the Western Shores?
Overtime.
We would have to go through it regardless.
Yeah, you tried the long way, but unless you've got a hell of a ship out there, which might. Long journey.
Too long. I look at the other two.
I mean,
Did get framed for this? Why they're going after? Or correction, I didn't. Why they were framing you for this? But seeing that you have the other half of what they were carrying, take a guess.
Whoever it was knew a lot about us, which is what worries me the most. Because some of us are. There's less information about some of us.
Sprouts, back of your head, your more. They know about you because they can. They know where you're going, what you're going to do. The chance you have is to surprise them.
any suggestions on how we could do that?
Unpredictable, darling. Do what I know you have inside of you. Amazing.
I am still holding the amulet in my hand in my pocket, and I'm going to say, "Fine, show me what you can do." And I'm going to reach out to Taya. And I specifically would like to see what she saw when she saw the casters. I'm going to see if I can reach that far into it. And I will let Mora, to a certain extent, dabble.
It's a rush of endorphin. Like, you've never had caffeine before, but someone just gave you a triple shot espresso that you just downed. And you are sent flying through time and space until you hear figures yelling at you back on your place isn't for you. Gone. And you're surrounded by your dark folk who are very much getting into the face of the armored soldier. A figure land from a boat, start walking off. That same armored figure takes one look over, locking eyes with you, dangling there, the other half of that amulet, which they reach up, tuck down into the armor, walking. No one makes a move or. And that's when they start trying to arrest that fight break. Kind of cut up there.
Sorry, I will try to pull myself back out.
And being pulled very rapidly, many miles an hour, back until you are thrown into your own body.
Y'all
Just
would absolutely see Sprout like stumble physically backwards. Um, my hand would fly out of my pocket. I am not touching the amulet anymore. And you kind of see them blink as though they're like like just looked into a really bright light, trying to piece together visually what's in front of them.
Are you okay?
Immediate hand on your shoulder, like last night. Like, yeah. Like, are you okay?
Ophelia's hand is on your shoulder. My hand is on Starlight.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
Taya's hand is also on her weapon. Not drawing it, but just... What's that?
Does she look like she's asking me what I like that I just stumbled, or like she felt something?
Maybe a little of both.
Okay. Uh, I don't know. Must have had something weird to eat on the way here, and I am not meeting anybody's eyes.
Ophelia is like getting in front of your face 100%. Like, are you feeling concussed? Are you follow my
It's
finger? Like,
I kind of like pat Ophelia's head. It's all good. It's all good. Sorry. Yeah, just zoned out there for a second. Uh, I'm gonna I'm gonna sit down, and I very heavily plop into whatever chair. If there is no chair, onto the ground, whatever's closest.
Very sturdy chairs, considering that the folk that live here all weigh many hundreds of pounds.
Fair, very fair.
She's just staring down Sprout. Well, I think changed my mind. Don't think that there's much that you can. That's barricade. Where were you headed from here?
Appreciate.
Good. Go there.
does she not trust us now? Like, I'm trying to like, what are the vibes? What
There
is this?
there is some mistrust and some doubt there, but there's more.
Can I ask why the change of heart?
Maybe you'd lucked your way in finding the other half of that amulet, whatever it is. I don't think that's the case. You have that for another reason. I don't think that's anything that I want myself or my people involved in.
I will make eye contact with Taya and just say, "Your loss, but I think you know that we're the right people for that job."
I have no doubt you are, but you have so many more important things to do. I'm not picking you out because I think you're dangerous to keep around. I'm telling you to go. Find your destiny. Destiny will likely lead to death, or possibly you or everyone around you, but you're not.
As always, I appreciate your hospitality.
She'll just kind of step closer, like turn her head down so the two of you tap foreheads. Might be the last time we get to see each other. That'd be something.
That would be unfortunate.
I don't want to know why we're all caught up in this. Maybe you don't even know. But you are caught in this, like it or not. Oh, and perhaps my mentor was an Esper back when he was alive. Should know. I suppose you should be on your way.
Where can I get strawberries? A lot of them.
Well,
Yep,
what?
a lot of strawberries. I'm gonna pull out the sack. I gotta fill this whole bag.
That may be the very last thing that I thought you would ask me right now.
I think they may be concussed.
Probably still have traders. They didn't already get rid of all their goods. Probably catch them before they clear out for the day. Tell your captain the debt's on hold for the moment. If they die before paying it, we'll resurrect them.
I'm sure they would expect no less.
Well, what are you waiting for? Get the hell out of my office. Get out of my city. And moves to open the door and step out and just lets out this bellow of, I've decided they get to live. They're more useful that way. And returns to her throne.
Very, very proper.
I think as we kind of pass past her, whenever I'm close enough to just mention something to her, I'll just say, I'll give the High Scholar your regards.
Gives your hand a. Well, you're left alone in her office.
No, we should leave. I just turn around and look at the other two. No.
When are we gonna get this chance again?
I would like to not burn every bridge we come across.
We don't have
Seems
to take
nice.
anything. I just wanna see.
It
10
seems not everyone
seconds.
is.
I'm gonna grab the first paper I can and just start flipping them over to see if there's anything exciting on the papers.
Tons of trade routes, navigational charts, journals. Um, as you start like grabbing papers and books and flipping them through, there's just this about palm-sized like glass orb that kind of rolls off and just tumbles to the ground and keeps rolling.
Oh God.
Oh, don't do it.
Cadence is watching you, not blinking, just staring at you.
I will not go chase the shiny thing, but I will grab a pen and just write on one of the papers. Uh, sorry for prodding where I shouldn't have, and I'm gonna leave 5 zenny. Is that how we say it?
Mhm.
Next to the note, and I'm just gonna leave it and sigh very loudly about as I'm watching the orb roll away.
Ophelia picks up the orb and puts it back where it belongs.
Oh God, I thought you were gonna take it.
You thought I was gonna take it? Did you really? Did you
I was so
genuinely? Did you
hopeful,
really?
yes. Somebody
Ophelia
please.
picks it up, puts it back, wherever it fell from, and then takes one of those little tiny like sea glass things that the little squids had given her, and puts one of them right next to it. It's like this orb and then this very small piece of sea glass. Just,
Ophi, when you
excellent.
grab that orb, you can no longer breathe.
Could I do that normally?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't like this. I think they would very quickly, oh god, like stumble and like put it back and just like, mm-mm.
Fades very quickly, but there is slight webbing between the fingers that just.
Oh, I want to touch it again. Oh, I want to touch it again so bad. Oh,
You really should go.
Just like single sea glass on the counter. Walks away. I did not enjoy that, but I am so intrigued.
I know Sprout's just staring at it.
Oh man.
I was like, give it to me. Give me the orb.
Okay. So we are turning on our heels, heading out of the office, down the stairs.
I will pull my mask back up.
There are still fruit vendors.
Good.
Still of strawberries, which, of course, the vendor just offers you like this small like clay bowl of strawberries. Most people would buy because that's a normal amount of strawberries for someone to eat. And then you hold out the bag, and he just stares at you for a moment. But
Berries in the bag.
yeah, just bowl after bowl after bowl. Probably cost you like 10 zenny by your bag.
Beautiful.
Fully expected it to be hundreds.
I take all of our reward money to buy some strawberries.
$700 worth of strawberries.
Like
Tavos will remember this.
like one bowl would have been like a zenny. So bowl after bowl.
There's a discount for bulk. It's it's a thing.
Would you all roll a insight willpower, please?
For sure.
What is it? 10 for Sprout.
That is a 14 for me,
Ooh.
and it's doubles above 6 or crits, right?
Correct.
Does that count on this?
Absolutely, it does.
Awesome.
That's an 11 for me. So
14 with an opportunity.
Yes, I'm getting the thread. Let's see, opportunities. Oh, do I want to? Do I want to be selfish with this or something that helps everyone?
what would Cadence do?
WWC.
New merch, new T-shirt.
It's
the rubber bracelets.
I'm tempted to take a bond with the Dockmaster, but actually, yeah, I think I will. I'm gonna take a bond with the Dockmaster.
That is
I'm gonna mark
delicious.
that affection.
Aww.
Chip it.
As you all
That's a
are
dog joke.
walking, taking in your surroundings, you're all naturally inquisitive and cautious, looking for anything out of the ordinary. And you saw the flock of crows that just hangs out around the dock they've been ever present since you've been. It's not until you're headed back to your ship that you notice one in particular that is staring at you with not one but two heads, both just watching. A little larger than the others. Not moving, not making a sound.
Is it like a statue, or have we seen it move previously and it has ceased moving?
This is the first time that you really noticed anything out of the ordinary from the crows, but like as you continue walking, it does take flight into the air to another building, lands, and continues there and
Mm.
It's up high, like totally inaccessible.
like rooftop to roof.
I think Ophi's staring, but not really saying much. Do we get two-headed birds around here? Is that a thing?
Not typically.
I'm going to put a strawberry in my hand and hold it up.
Okay, all
You
right.
would get a raven that would certainly come down to immediately take it, but not that
Okay.
one.
I do
Feels
not
Seems-
believe
like
strawberry. I do not believe strawberries are typically in the diet of ravens. Just like a warning to Sprout, like, please don't poison the birds.
Seems somebody is interested in what we are doing.
you have a lot of friends on this island, Cadence. You know any that have two-headed birds?
Not that I can think of. But it's not uncommon to be watched in a place like this. We can either chase it and see where it may lead us, or we can ignore it and be on our way.
Um, Routes. Would you actually make an insight for me?
No. I won't, Hoop. That is my lowest dice.
You are classically trained on religion and deities.
Damn. Ooh, but that's only a 4.
There's something about it that just feels.
Uh, okay. I feel like I should be honest with the two of you. I have been talking to a lot of people in my head. Kind of. Um,
The same way you spoke to me.
yes and no. No, actually, a different way. Which, as I'm saying this, it is becoming more and more alarming as I am saying this. Um, uh, I feel like we should chase the bird.
I think Cadence gives you a long look at that. Okay. Let's chase the bird.
If it feels like you don't want to, I can chase it on my own. I won't
No.
technically be alone.
That's also concerning. But
Explain.
I am not entertaining questions at this time, but I technically would not be alone.
I worry that you would get in trouble in the city, but also trust your gut. If you think we should chase this, then I think we should. And I'll look at Ophelia, see her opinion.
They are not going alone.
I can stay in contact.
You are not going alone. It's unsure if it's like protective or distrustful, but
Yeah.
they are adamant. Probably a little bit of both.
All right.
And I think Cadence stretches her arms from one. It's been a while since I've chased a bird.
Are we actually running?
I have found that's the only way to do it.
At this, it
Start
will
heading toward it.
absolutely take off up into the air, just flap its wings a few times, kind of hovering there, and then turns. And it is going.
Does that bird speak our language?
It's very possible. And I will run as fast as my legs can carry me.
Yes, you're running. Yeah.
Let's go
I'm
with
following.
dexterity insight group check. Need a majority
Insight.
passes.
Man, these dice have not been treating me well, and my dice bag
Oh.
is out of reach.
Almost rolled the worst dice that I needed to.
That is a 4 again for Sprout. I know. I hope y'all both pass. Sorry.
Could spend a Fabula point to reroll.
I'm gonna.
I think we might all have to.
I got two ends of the spectrum, 11 total from a 2 and a 9.
11,
damn.
11's a success.
Awesome.
I got a 1 and a 4.
Oof. As Cadence is following Sprout, I think there are flashbacks to her training. There have been a few times she had to chase birds across the rooftops.
Sprinting like along walls over top of boxes and
Parkour.
barrels, rolling under little causeways, leaping across gaps. The two of you are just looking like, what the fuck is this? Yeah, if you want to spend a Fabula point to reroll, what are you invoking?
It doesn't matter because I already rolled. It's a 4 again. But I
Oh.
was invoking my familiarity with the old faith, if that's what it's tugging to.
Absolutely.
Can I spend another?
You can keep spending them, yeah.
I'm gonna try again. I really want this fucking bird. Hey, that's an 8. Do I pass?
8 is not a pass.
Come on, who?
Spend another one?
I'm tempted. But
There's
cinematically
only
it's
3 of
beautiful.
us.
It's beautiful if Sprout makes it and Ophi doesn't. Oh yeah. What are the reroll options? It's invoke a thing.
Your traits,
Invoke 'em.
your origin.
Traits and bonds and things.
Bonds, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, let's I feel like it makes sense for like either their theme or the loyalty to Cadence. Like I am
Makes sense.
100% trusting her steps. I am like following it. Like if she leaps a barrel, I am also leaping the barrel, like exactly the same way. And that's not good. That's also not good is the thing. Is that is also a 5, my guy. So like it's not great, it's not good. I don't think the dice want us to catch this bird, y'all.
No, they really don't, which
They
is really
straight
disappointing.
up do not.
Sprout, is that another Fabula point you'd like to spend?
I mean, I've got 2 more.
Yeah.
Chat, if anybody wants to send me another one, I'll keep spending them.
We get Fabula points for birds in chat, please.
That's a 4 again.
Straight up, the old gods are not listening. The old gods are sending you to voicemail. Like they do not.
They know that I've made friends with the voice in my head, and they're like, "No, fuck that one." They're already
Bro.
lost.
Oh my goodness.
I will.
I'm gonna offer you a deal.
I love a deal.
I'll give you a pass, but Mora gets to take more of a hold in your mind.
Ooh. I mean, I'm kind of loving this whole thing with Mora, so yeah, absolutely, I'll take it.
You start running and just stumble. Just find that every couple feet you're running into a wall, you're hitting a bridge that is just not quite steady, and Cadence is just taking off away from you. And Mora's just, "Would you like some help, darling?"
Yeah, that would be great.
How adorable. and then your legs just kind of start moving on their own, and you are vaulting and jumping and just diving and rolling back to your feet.
Swooning and
You find that you're catching up to Cadence, and the two of you are kind of leaving Ophi behind. But that's okay. Um, it would bring you off of the dock part of the city, out of the city, in fact, more onto the mainland, leading you on a hell of a chase up the mountainside that kind of rests at the back of the. I guess to the point where it's less of a run and more of a climb. So you eventually reach the top. From here, you can see all of the dozens of boats all coming into the hundreds of boats and buildings, land halls, all that make up cities here. Find a stone pillar for lack of better. But even under the dirt, wind and rain damage, there are symbols on it. Symbols that are a little hard to make out, but recognize. They tell you that the passing shadow has been. That two-headed raven, two-headed crow lands on top of that pillar, stares at you.
I will approach and kneel, um, kind of sit on my, or like go to my knees and then sit down. Um, does the crow do anything?
Nope. Watches.
I'm going to turn back to Cadence. I don't know if you're a fan of the old gods, but if you were, this would be the one to pray to.
I'm not much into praying. I mean, there's some observation, and I'll hold up my van brace that I use in my time magic, and there is on one of the medallions the symbol of Horaz. Um, but it's more respect than worship, I think.
Is there a standard, would I know like a standard gift or offering to leave?
Very. Not only is it vague, but these are translations of rituals that were translations of rituals, translations of rituals. Uh, Basically coming down to leaving something that you want to.
I would like to, is it fair to say I have like a paper and pen on me? I would like to take that out and I would like to draw the tattoo that I have, which is a tree whose branches and roots, kind of like Yggdrasil, extend out, but it starts to look more like hands the farther out you get, um, which is the symbol of Vexus, which is the deity that I had been raised to worship. But I would like to draw that and leave it at the altar.
A small bowl you have to uncover from dirt that's just piled up over top of it. And that bowl should be about head height, which tells you that a good half of this pillar is buried. But you just kind of dig a little, uncover it. You can see the offerings that other people have left behind. Little trinkets, little figurines, pieces of jewelry, rings. But they've all been here for a very long time. All the markings down in the bowl. At that, one of the heads of the crow starts cawing. The other kind of pecks at it a little before joining in the cawing. But hop down to the bowl, just kind of hop up to you, both of the heads tilting back and forth, pecking at your leg a little.
I'll turn to the other two. If there's anything you want to forget about or leave behind, this is also a good place to do that.
Plenty, but they're a weight I need to carry still.
Ophelia like finally trudging up the mountain. I think I would prefer to remember everything I have learned so far.
Then I will turn back to our two-headed friend and just say thank you and wait to see if there's anything that they need to do. I would love to adopt them, but I suspect that they will not let me. And if they do not, then I will start walking back.
A slower climb back down as to not go tumbling to your demise. But by the time you reach the bottom, the sun is starting to. It kind of just looks like the shadow is being cast by that pillar, but you swear that there is just a figure standing there, cloak up over its body. Entire being just a shadow, just watching you.
I'll give it a little two-finger salute as I keep walking down.
I think Ophelia is staring and then trips. Like, gotta honor the terrible rolls.
Well, eventually you'll get back to your ship, finding that supplies have been replenished, that one of your captains has decided to make an appearance, feigning ignorance as to where his sister is. He hasn't seen his sister in 20 years. He doesn't even know if he's actually got a sister. He's really unsure.
As he's going on about this, you can relax. We talked to the dockmaster. I pulled some strings. You owe me, but your debt is on hold.
How does on hold mean?
You don't have to pay it for now, but if you die before you repay it, she was very clear that she will resurrect you. And I don't think it'll be very pretty after that.
You're telling me she's a necromancer too?
She seemed fairly confident.
Perhaps she knows a guy.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, load it up. Esme, you can come out. Not about to throw us in the brig. Kind of materializing. Oh, good. Told you there'd be nothing to worry about. Heads back up to. As we get ready to depart, Freeport, City of Walhone. Anything else?
I do
I
think
will.
there was. Oh, go ahead.
Nope. Go ahead.
Nope. Damn it. Okay. Nothing terribly massive. But I do think that like while they were sort of wandering the ports, and this can be part of that refilling the IP that we were doing later, or it could be a separate thing. I don't know if that counts. But they Ophelia does want to stop if there's any sort of like metalworking, metalsmiths
Oh, absolutely.
person around there. They do just want to pick up like some scrap metal that might be compatible with their frame. They don't intend to like, fix everything, but they do want to try to fiddle around with it. And now that they know that they will have access to a furnace
The shark
on
folk
the ship.
working in the smith, who, even by shark folk standards, is huge,
Yeah.
looks down at you, looks down at your arm.
Oh, the arm is in a shirt. The arm is hidden. I am being a very good human person, and I am not a robot at all. The collar is buttoned up. The sleeves are down. This sleeve is probably like tied at the bottom or something. Like I'm a regular human man.
Any kind of metal.
Any kind. Well, okay. The one hand is probably like if you look too long at the hand, you could probably tell it's hinged. But I don't know that they have a really good way of covering that. But everything else is like,
Lean down.
as closed as possible.
If they're looking for Mithril.
Yes.
Just takes lumbering steps to behind the counter, picks up just scrap bits of mithril. The majority of it looks like it made something larger, probably armor or some kind of weapon, and just plops it down. Stares at you.
What do I owe?
Nothing. Take it.
Nothing? Suspicious.
Smell like a good person.
Thank you. And then scoop up, whatever, bag of scraps or whatever. I will make good use of them.
Good. Don't die.
I will do my best.
Good.
What are the vibes? These are so strange. Vibes. Does this person know what I am? Is this person they've sniffed me out and fully just know what's going on?
It's almost like fatherly.
Yeah, all right. Oh man, I think there's about like 5 minutes of like looking around, like what projects are you working on? What's going down? Like what are the hip smiths doing? Just like talking shop. But yeah, okay. Like if the vibes are fine and good, then like yeah, absolutely, 100% we're bros now. Don't worry about it. I'm just taking your scraps. I'm basically recycling for you, truly.
Basically.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that's really all the business that I had to do is just try to pick up some scrap metal to mess around with.
Anyone else?
I just want to make sure that Tavos gets his strawberries.
Oh yeah.
Excellent.
Would you step aboard and just like hand the big bag down like that, cargo door? Gingerly takes it. Thank.
You're welcome, big guy.
Immediate like the squelch of strawberry. So we're done then. We're out of here.
As soon as you're ready.
Well, I'm ready. Stamps the deck a few times. Get us out of here, big guy. Furnace just comes to life. Ship is backed out of the port. Shark folk just waving at you. big toothy grins that either means that they're going to eat you or that they like you. One or the other. And we set sail. With that, you'll sea journey is going to continue, but it'll have to do so next time. We bring this session of Fatal Ascension to a close, having met just too many NPCs. Just so many NPCs. But they're all amazing and I love them all.
I want to adopt every single one of them. Except for the very last shark guy, I want to be adopted by him.
Thank you all so much for being here, for being an amazing cast. Thank you to everyone that came out to watch us and support us. Can't do this without you, so from the bottom of my heart, everyone at the Last Caravan, we heckin' love ya. I do want to go around one more time. I remember Bob's. Go clockwise order, give everyone a chance to tell you who they are and where you can find them on the internet. Means that we are starting with Kit.
I should expect this by now. I should know what's coming. Hi, everybody. I'm Kit. You can find me places on the internet, like Twitter, @KitRollCause. Same way it is. I think it's down here on this one. I think it's down here. And you can find me all the time over here on the Lost Caravan, hanging out, just making the little guys of all time and simply vibing. Aside from here on Fabula Ultima, you can find me Wednesdays over on High Shelf Collective, where we are just right in the middle of our, I believe it is season 3 of the Ascension game. I know, right? It throws me for a loop every time. The Ascension game of Cyberpunk Red. We are doing the Ascension in Paradise. It is Baywatch. It is bazookas. It is babes. Come check it out. Nothing bad is ever going to happen to us. Last time there was dolphins. It's great. It's totally fine. And then every other Friday, you can find me over on Live from the Apocalypse, where we are in a Regency-flavored Monster Hearts campaign, alternating tables every other week. Yesterday. Oh my goodness. Yesterday was my table. So next week, you can catch table 1 and all the shenanigans that they're up to. And we just got renewed, greenlit for 2 extra episodes per table, I believe. So you get an extra month of us doing Regency shenanigans, except for like we're all monsters this time. And only a couple people have gotten bit and a couple people have gotten smooched. So check it out if you want drama and also like monster feralness. And that is all I have coming up in the next couple weeks. So keep an eye on Twitter where I will be dropping more things as I'm allowed to drop them. And I will stop talking now.
Up to Anna.
Yes, I am Anna, aka Archival Dust Bunny most places on the internet. I'm a queer and trans advocate, museum worker, and TTRPG streamer and podcaster. You can find me on Twitter and most other social media at Archival Dust Bun. As far as where to find me, tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern, you can find me over on Thorny Dryad's channel for the return of U-Force Inheritance, our Masks actual play. An absolutely amazing cast. And a wonderful group of characters. I play a protege who carries far too much responsibility on her shoulders. Tuesday night, you can find me over on Ballad of the Seven Dice with Nostradamus Core Phantom Ice, a Lancer mini campaign. I play a former Union Farfield team electronic specialist, piloting a mech called Boiling Points, because she does not care about reactor safety and it is almost always on fire. It is a fun time, and I may blow up before the end. We'll see. Wednesday nights, you can find me over on Baldrin's channel with Morphs in the Swamp Season 2. That is our Animorphs Blades in the Dark campaign. If you haven't seen it at all, you can find Season 1 on YouTube. Season 2 will be over there very soon. But it's a great time to jump in right in the middle of the action. Friday nights, you can find me on Girls Run These Worlds with Gently on the Wind, our Magical Girl University. It's a Ghibli-inspired Magical Girl University series. I play a character who also has time magic, but approaches it very differently. And we just get to be magical girls. It's a lot of fun. We're only 2 episodes in, so it's still very easy to catch up. before this next episode on Friday. If you like Lancer, you can find me on Response Team Omnicron, a Lancer actual play podcast following a PR team who unexpectedly ends up on the front lines of a brewing conflict. We have sci-fi fields, narrative first giant mech battles, and roleplay focused characters. We've been described as if Battlestar Galactica had its own red versus blue. So if any of that sounds interesting at all, you can find us anywhere you normally get your podcast and on Twitter at RT Omnicron. Also, keep an eye out for Emergent Code, the upcoming queer and trans led Animon Story podcast, taking cues from Digimon Tamers and Digimon Survive. We just released our first trailer, which I also made and am very, very proud of. If you haven't seen it yet, go over to Emergent Code Pod on Twitter and check it out because it's very cool and it's a lot of fun. And keep an eye out for our first episodes coming next month. But yeah, lots of other stuff too that I can't talk about yet, but the best place to stay up to date for now, while it still exists with what I'm doing, is Twitter. So give me a follow there.
Yeah, we're still working on our Lost Caravan branded social media platforms. So until then, we'll just keep using. Bring this over to Kian, who I know is so upset that we had 2 different animals introduced this session and we couldn't adopt either one.
I'm trying. I
them.
really tried to get one
And
of them on the ship to you. I tried so hard.
But then you had the opportunity to steal the fancy orb, and you didn't take that either.
You could have taken the orb.
I was being watched. I was being watched.
I tried. It didn't let me breathe. So I have to do that to live. So
that's fair. That's fair. Hello, everybody. My name is Kian. My pronouns are they, them, theirs. You can find me on Twitter at uptight_chiffon. I am on Thursdays over on Sword and Key. We are doing an Invisible Sun campaign. My disaster child there is in his peak angst phase, and everybody's really mad at him, and they should be because he's a pretty terrible person in that game. I will be on the 15th playing my first game over on High Shelf Collective. We will be playing Cyberpunk Red, and I'm really excited about it. That's also my first time playing Cyberpunk Red. I will be playing a netrunner who is a pro bono vet, and so they take freelance gigs so that they can offer their free vet services to people.
Aww.
So again, the animals. If I can't get them here, I will get them there. I will also be playing Locust on the 19th. It's my first time playing that as well, and I'm super excited about it. And on the 25th, I will be playing Wanderhome. Both of those are going to be here on Lost Caravan. Also my first time playing Wanderhome. Playing so many new games this month. And then on the 30th, we will have our Nova campaign, episode 5. I'm not sure, maybe.
I think so, yeah.
I am alive again in that game, which is excellent. But we are marching to our deaths, so definitely join us for that. Wanderhome is pretty much the same cast as Nova, and that will be much more wholesome. So depending on where you want to be, definitely come check us out. And then, of course, every other Saturday, I will be here playing as Sprout. But I think that is all I have for me right now.
I was just thinking I wouldn't do this because this would mess with everybody and it would be so much work. But starting the next stream, instead of Sprout, it says Mora. It just... I would never do it,
Poop
but...
in my eyes. Poop. You wouldn't?
You don't...
Are you sure you wouldn't? Because that seems like a very Hoop thing to do.
That would be mean.
And it would be so good, though. So good.
Just have it flicker back and forth every once in a while.
Speaking of Wanderhome, I will be a player in Wanderhome.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be
a player Hoop.
I'm gonna be a canvas. I'm just gonna be a little guy that likes painting and likes hearing people's stories.
And nothing's gonna go wrong.
But that just leaves me. Of course, I have an Andrew, your storyteller for tonight's game and for most games around here. Although you are gonna see a bunch of friendly faces behind the GM seat in the coming weeks, because we have a bunch of great people that want to tell a bunch of great stories. We are here to support. Coming up is our Pathfinder week, starting on, I think it's Monday.
I think it's Monday, yeah.
Yeah, on Monday, I will be running 2 games back-to-back, Monday and Tuesday, and then James will be running a game, and then Switch will be running a game, and then James will close us off with the last 2 games. Just a bunch of amazing casts, so many cool stories. I'm very excited for it. And yeah, that's all I got. You know what I didn't do was look at who we should raid. Anyone have any recommendations?
Let me at him. Let me at him.
I know this is the super interesting part. Enchanted Sorcery, are they on break or are they?
That's truly the hard part about raiding, is knowing who's ending, who's not.
I don't have anyone that's online at the moment. Insomnia Night RPG. There we go.
There we go. Looks like they're
All right.
playing some level 7, no, level 12. Ooh, Mad Mage. Nice.
Hey, I spelled Insomnia right. All right.
Yeah.
That's all I got. Be good people, do good things, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.